Hey y'all, it's your girl Jenna. What's up? All right. So just to let you guys know, thank you so much for supporting the videos and the channel. I appreciate you. I appreciate just everybody who's giving and being positive and showing love by leaving comments. Comments are very important, guys. Even the ones who are hiding out in the stands. I know you guys are shy. Come on down. Say, hey, Jenna. I would love to meet you guys because I know you guys are there. You're just shy. Please don't be shy. Shyness does not help the channel grow. It doesn't help this community grow. If you're brand new here and you just subscribe or you're just listening to these Latruth videos, just to let you know, we just do righteous judgment on this channel. We do righteous judgment. We try our best to, of course, be enlightening and be teachable and also, or teaching others, and be funny as well. All right, so you're in a safe space here. You can say hello. You can say how you feel. And no, it's no issues here. All right. So I was just sitting around one day and I said, you know what? Let me tell you guys how I feel about what's going on as far as Miss Caroline. And Miss Caroline is the daughter of Miss Sir Latruth and Miss Brittany. Okay. And of course, on this channel, we have changed the names and things like that just to make it fun and make it different. Okay. But this just came into my heart and I said, guys, let this roll. Let me let this roll. Oh my gosh. Okay. I said that I wanted to get this off my chest because one thing about content creating, guys, once you get something in your thoughts and you say, you know what, I'll do it later, something else will come up and then you have to make a video on that. And I don't have anything around me to write down. I don't have anything. I don't write anymore, guys. Let's go back to old school and start writing. It's good for the mind. But I honestly, God told me to go ahead and make this video. I myself, I do not agree with Miss Caroline, little Caroline, who will be hopefully, I think, 6 this year. I don't think she should be 100% taken or out of her mom's house. Now, the thing about it is we have a lot of things that we don't like about Miss Brittany. Miss Brittany, obviously, she leaves a lot to be desired only because she has shut her eyes and her ears to righteous counsel. And righteous counsel is not judging. It's not saying, oh, this, that, and the other. Yes, people will speak out of anger. People will say certain things. But at the end of the day, I myself, and I'm sure other content creators, do not want to see Miss Caroline snatched away from a home that she's known her whole life, which is her mom. And typically, when a divorce happens, the child goes to the mother, right? I mean, it is what it is. My parents, as a child, they divorced. I live with my mother. That's typically what happens. No questions. Now, I do understand some things are happening. And, I don't want my compassion to overrule my right mind, if you will. You get what I'm saying? But we're all supposed to have compassion. One thing I do not agree with is if there is someone in the home, and if you follow this story, you know what I'm talking about. If there is someone in the home on either party that is not good to be around the child, then no, they should not be in that home. And I have seen some things in one of the parents' homes, guys. I'm going to be very, very vague, yet if you know, you know. I have seen some things that I have not liked. No, I have. But I don't know, if her being taken away completely from one parent is going to help that. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. You guys let me know. This is going to be a joint effort in this video because I do know that there are some things that are very, undesirable that we see. You get what I'm saying? Obviously. But the thing about it is, I feel like they both need parenting classes. I think they need support in that. I think they need to be open-minded to have someone tell them, hey, this is how you do this is how you do that. With Miss Brittany, obviously Miss Brittany, her plate is full. And internally, she may not even mind, her child being with her dad for maybe 6 months out of the year. You get what I'm saying? I think maybe they should keep her 3 months. And then she goes the other place 3 months. And it's kind of sad because her other siblings are in the home with their mom full time. And so Miss Caroline will be kind of like the set out apart. And the other children may feel a little way. But she's the youngest. The other children are kind of older. They've already, developed their own minds and their own personalities. They kind of know what's going on in their own little world. Miss Caroline is still growing. And then, of course, Miss Brittany have these twins. You get what I'm saying? And I myself feel like there's something going on there. I don't feel like there are two babies. And I do feel like one of them are dolls. And there's something up with her not showing the faces and things like that. It's a lot of things going on. Miss Brittany is taxed. But so is Sir Latruth. He's taxed mentally, too. They may be divorced, but their spirits are not divorced. You get what I'm saying? Even though there was some infidelity in the marriage, and in the word it says that once that has been, compromised, there is no more. But those demons are still intertangled, because if they had God in them, okay, they couldn't stand the other. They would be okay with not being with each other, because they know that, okay, that demon over there I can't deal with it, or that demon over there I can't deal with them. I pray for them. I wish nothing but the best for them, or I pray that they get better, but I don't, want to purposely put negativity out there. And the fact that, she is still in the stage of wanting to sabotage her ex, which in tail makes it hard for him to be a dad, where he had to go back to go forward. He had to go back to the 90s and say that somebody in the home is not supposed to be around X, Y, and Z, and not supposed to be around young folks, which is sad, because the person is a family member. And I can kind of look at him and because I'm very intuitive, it's called, discernment, something that the Holy Spirit gives you. And I see that, he looks like he is the author of confusion. I was listening to Miss Tay yesterday, and she even said and brought up the mom. So the parents really did not raise Miss Brittany well. Miss Brittany been around a lot of things. And unfortunately, she is putting things into her children that are going to grow within them. And when they have children, unfortunately, they may plant those negative demonic seeds into the children. And that's how you get the generational curses. You get what I'm saying? But of course, I feel like they both would need a break. I don't feel like they both need, since there is their child together. And they didn't think about this before the divorce. I wish things were better, but Sir Latruth had to get out of there. He had to be ripped from that situation, because it was literally taking the life out of him, spiritually, mentally, and physically. You get what I'm saying? I feel like it should be a slow burn. I think it should be where she's with her parents, both of them part-time throughout the year. And then when she gets old enough, because Miss Caroline will not be 6 forever or 5 forever, she will become a young lady. She will become a teenager. And then hopefully she can kind of be in there and say who I want to live with. She's a young lady. I was, kind of perturbed when, Miss Brittany jumped up in the sky with her daughter and they both did a split. I'm like, oh gosh, she is not teaching her in the way God wants her to go. I want her to read a book. I want her to, I will say this, that she is more childlike when she's with her dad. You guys agree or disagree? She is more childlike when she's with her dad. She is more adult-like when she's with her mom. So it's obvious that each home has different cultures and different beliefs and different raising systems, completely different. They don't kind of align. They don't merge together. They're not parallel. They're completely different. Her face, how she acts, how she talks. She talks the same on both houses. I feel like, she does need to, read and get more scholastic. Since her parents are in the content creator business. What do you do when you content create? You talk a lot. You have to talk. You have to, your language has to be there. And her dad's language is a lot better than Miss, 3 Degrees. I don't know what's going on with that, but, the way he talks, and he's more clear, and he looks like he's more into, how he sounds and how he portrays himself on camera. Obviously, yeah. But, you know, if she does go with her dad, I don't want him to force her or make her be a content creator. To give her time. She's a child. She needs rest. She needs nourishment. She needs to be a kid, not always on the camera, because those lights are bad for her eyes. She's a child. Her skin and all that is still growing. She needs sleep. Both of her parents always looking tired because they're always on social media. Social media is draining. Social media, parenting and marriage, I don't feel like they mix. When you're always on here trying to get the people to listen to you, you kind of forget the people in the home, that those are your real deal Holyfield family members, that you need to be a mom, a wife, a friend, and a worker. You get what I'm saying? I'm able to do this more often now because I'm not doing that job that I was doing a few months ago that literally was draining me, and I couldn't do what God placed me on here to do, which is to spread the word. And so God had to get me up out of that and to come back here. And it's just that simple. It's very tough to work, make a living, be successful, and be a mom and be a wife and be a partner and be, you know, a friend and be a teacher. You know, we're made in God's image, but we're not God. We can't be omnipresent. We can't be everywhere. We can't, you know what I mean? But we try, right? We try to do that. You know, parenting is not easy. You get what I'm saying? Parenting is not easy. You don't know who you're going to birth. You don't know what type of spirit God is going to bring through you. But it gets easier when you get into the word. And I suggest to both parents to get out of the situation of wanting to be a celebrity. Stop chasing celebrity. Celebrity will catch up to you if that's what it is meant to be. Being in God's camp does not mean that you are not going to be known. Okay? God has made, we are still talking about Moses, Abraham, Sarah. We are still talking about these people, Gabriel. We are still talking about Paul. We are still talking about these people billions of years later. So don't think because you are serving God that people will not know you. They will. But you don't have to do the devil's work to be known. And so now that things are being, you know, out there, now that they are trying to fight for who Miss Caroline is going with, I pray that she is able to be with both of her parents part-time until things get better. I do feel like she needs a break from both homes sometimes because both homes are polar opposites. We have to think about the mentality of Miss Caroline to have to be forced to be with both. You know, she has to leave her siblings or her mom to see her dad. She has to leave her dad to see her mom and her siblings. What is that doing to her? I pray that God protects her mind, her spirit. She's innocent. She cannot help the situation. And I pray that these parents grow a love and respect for themselves and a love and respect that, yes, I was married to this person at one time. I did lay down. I made this beautiful Miss Caroline. And because of her, we're going to do this together. So some random judge or some random people doesn't have to tell you guys who your child, that nobody else was in the room. That judge wasn't in the room. Social media wasn't in the room. I wasn't in the room when you guys were married and you know, linked up and made a child. So why do you need that now? Grow up to both of these parents and decide where this child should be. And while you are doing that, become better people. You both want to say you want to become better people, but yet you're not treating the person that you made this child with honor and respect. We know the marriage did not work, but parenting is for life. Okay, marriage is for life too until infidelity that was done. But parenting, you will be the parents of this little girl for the rest of your life. And even after that, you still will be her parents and she has to honor you. Because God did not say honor your parents until they're not here anymore. He just said honor your parents. So this is what you guys do. You're in it together. I pray that things will get better for you guys. I pray that you grow up. Age literally is nothing but a number. It doesn't dictate your maturity. Okay? But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not the guru. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm God's child, and he uses me to give a message to whomever wants to listen. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. You guys enjoy the rest of your day or evening.